Welcome back. Are you a good financial manager? Some of us think that we are, but maybe there's a few things still that we could learn. We have Shelby Volo joining us today from Abbott Wealth Management. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, so you have done a little bit of homework here and outlined some points about what people should be doing or what they're not doing correctly and how they can become better at managing their finances.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm kind of highlighting 5 top mistakes, and they might seem obvious, but I don't think we ever look at the big picture and crunch the numbers and really see how it directly affects us. So the first one I'm going to talk about is misunderstanding credit cards. You might know, okay, my interest rate's 19.9%, but do you know how much you'll actually pay in your interest payments if you carry a balance? So I'm going to highlight that. I have a graph to show in a minute here, and it'll kind of show you if you're making a minimum payment, how that's going to affect you in interest payments. And also, if you don't carry a balance on that credit card, but you go to apply for a loan, it still counts as debt against you. And I don't think a lot of people know that.
Really? Even if you have no balance on it?
Yeah, it still counts because you could go rack it up after.
Sure.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if you could put the graph on there.
Yeah, sure.
So this kind of shows you if you were to have $12,000 on your credit card at 19.9% interest, the smaller bar there shows if you were to pay $500 a month, you would end up paying that over 2 years and 8 months, and it would cost you about $3,467 in interest.
Yeesh.
Versus bar 2, say you accumulated more and more debt, didn't have an income, so you're paying $100 a month. That's $12,727 in interest in 12 years, 6 months to pay that off.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what? How many people calculate their interest like that? Some really smart folks do, but I think a lot of people carry a balance. They think, no, I'm making payments every month, but you don't realize how much of that is going, in fact, towards
Just
the
to
interest.
interest.
It's depressing and scary.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I don't think we crunch those and really figure that out.
Yeah.
And the second one, signing up for a mortgage or maybe a rental unit that's outside of your means. So, when we do that, we try and keep up our lifestyle. So then we're taking on more debt. And then, eventually you don't have the financial freedom to even save anymore. So that's kind of going into this big debt cycle when you just keep taking on those expenses, but you don't have that income coming in.
Sure.
And the third one is not having a budget. So I don't think, again, a lot of us look at, what's coming in, but what we're also spending. And when you don't know that, that causes us to overspend. So going into that cycle once again.
Yes.
So I think if you really sat down and looked at those expenses versus your income, you might say, wow, I shouldn't be going out for lunch every day. Or, oh, if I really want to buy that car, it's going to take X amount of dollars to save per month. And we don't really budget to think that way. And there's actually a new app you can put on your phone. It's called Mint, M-I-N-T. And it tracks your spending and budgets your money and that kind of thing.
Which is excellent. We should all be doing this, right?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Makes
Mint.
it easier.
Mint.
And this is my favorite, little things add up.
And it's so true.
It is, because we look at our bank statements on a monthly basis. So we're not really thinking, oh, I spent $900 on this. But really over the course of the year, you might be. So morning coffee. Some people might buy a coffee every single day. A coffee right now is about $2.68 for a large coffee every day, 365 days. You're going to spend $978 annually on coffee.
That's crazy.
Instead of making one. So we don't think of that because we don't look at the annual amount. And then another point is maybe you're at a point in your life where, you're going to the pub on the weekend and maybe you're having a nice dinner. So, minimum $100 a night, each night, times that by 52 weeks a year, because there's 52 weekends. You're looking at $10,400 a year that you're spending.
For your entertainment out.
Just for $200 a weekend.
Yeah, that's scary.
And we don't think of that. And that could potentially be almost a down payment on a house or a townhouse. So, yeah.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then the final one, rainy day funds. Do we all have one? What do they say? 3 months income you should have?
You should, because what if you became disabled or, your furnace goes or unexpected car repairs? When you don't have money put away for that, you're again going into that debt cycle. You're going to put on your credit card. You're going to get charged the interest. All those things that, we don't think about. So even if you save $25 a week for a year, you'll end up with $1,200 in your slush fund at the end of the year, just to get yourself started. And you probably wouldn't even notice the $25 leaving your bank account. No,
you
absolutely.
Truly.
So.
Good tips. Fantastic. We have a question of the week as well. If we could get that up on the screen. Ask Abbott Wealth. My husband and I have a life insurance policy. We've listed one another as the beneficiary. What happens to the insurance benefit if we're both in the same fatal accident? Who gets the money?
Absolutely. So that's kind of where contingent beneficiaries come into play. So if something were to happen to you both and you didn't have a contingent listed, it defaults and goes to your estate. So if your primary beneficiary, so the first person you listed, you know, passes away alongside you, then your contingent would be the next in line. So a lot of people might list their kids and then put a trustee on there to watch the funds for them. So it is really important because, you know, we go to Mexico together, or, you know, we're flying on an airplane. So there's all these things that happen, and if there's no one else listed, do you really want that insurance benefit going through probate and through your estate? It's not probably your intentions.
So you should have a contingent listed.
Always have a contingent if you can.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, Shelby Volo, some great information today.
Awesome.
Kind of depressing about the credit cards.
Yeah, I know.
We'll get over it. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Information on the screen, abbottwealth.com. We're back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.